What's up? Dragonborn01 here, and I'm gonna tell my reasons why, how I grew up in Marvel and how I got into it. Well, here's the thing. I was really young when I got into Marvel. It was in the, early 2000s, around 05 or 06. I can't mistake it, but probably been 08 or 2010. I can't remember. Yeah. It's like I'm trying to think. I was gonna say. Let's see here. This has been a good franchise so far. I mean, the comic books, the comic storylines are actually really good. The action is actually really good. Let's talk about the movies first. The movies like Spider-Man, the Spider-Man trilogy. Yeah, I think majority of the first couple of the Marvel movies, did its flaws, but not as they're not as bad as you think. Yeah, not every Marvel movie is actually perfect, to be quite honest. Just I'm gonna get Fantastic Four out of the Super Surfer, for example. That movie, sucked. Not good in my personal opinion, but I like the one from 2005. That's actually better in terms of it has its flaws. So yeah, Hulk 2003. I never watched it, but it's very underrated. So I honestly need to get that chance to watch that time. There's a couple of few hours. Trying to think. Let's see here. The X-Men movies back then were actually really, really good. Holy shit. Not all of them were good. X-Men 1 and 2 were good. 3 is kind of a hit or miss. The Last Stand, that one was a hit or miss. Let's see here. Yeah, sorry for something for a second. Trying to think. X-Men Origins Wolverine was actually one of the worst X-Men's. That one wasn't perfect. You know, not every Marvel movie is actually perfect, to be honest. And let's talk about the video games. Alright, let's talk about Marvel Ultimate Alliance. Marvel Ultimate Alliance, that game actually introduced you to Marvel entirely. I remember back in it was either 08 or 09 when my brother had the it was like 06 or 07, I can't remember. But it was around that time where my brother got the Xbox 360. He got the Marvel Ultimate Alliance, which, oh my god, every time my brother's not playing his Xbox, I will always play Marvel Ultimate Alliance on the Xbox 360. Yeah, on this Xbox 360. Well, I had to ask, but there's times where he will be playing on it on some days, but some days he'll lend me the controller and let me play Marvel Ultimate Alliance. And I was hooked into it. It's like, I honestly, every time I want to play on this Xbox 360, that was the game that I want to play. Like, Marvel Ultimate Alliance, honestly, Marvel Ultimate Alliance is actually one of my childhood games that I actually played, but it was more of the Xbox 360 version. This one of my childhoods, and yet I got the game again for my own 360. Back in like 2013. Actually, once I got through the missions, some of the missions were kind of boring at majority of the time, being like the Atlantis, the majority of the story missions. Yeah. Yeah, the very beginning of the game, it starts off with the helicopter being attacked and all the crazy shit. And it turns out the intro and the soundtrack of this game sounds so badass. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Ultimate Alliance 2, the 360 version, is actually really good, but our consoles, they're kind of hit or miss. But I kind of, wanted to play the PS2 port back then. It was kind of a shitty port, but whatever. It's just a fucking, it's just another port just for the PS2 for some people that can't afford, like, the 360 and PS3 at that time. Those consoles were expensive during that time frame. Like, yeah. But anywho, not just Marvel Alliance, there was Hulk 2003. That one has a video game for the PS2 and Xbox and GameCube. Spider-Man, I had that. I actually remember playing that on my original Xbox, but I got rid of it because the controls were kind of clunky at times, dying so quickly, and I got bored with it. So yeah, but I'll probably get it again. Probably maybe on PlayStation 2. Who knows? I remember playing Spider-Man 2 the most when I was like 8 years old. I think I remember going to GameStop that one summer. And it was like $5, I think. Back when GameStop used to sell PS2 games, but now to be quite honest, GameStop just barely sells any games anymore. They only sell like PlayStation 5, and they still sell PS4 and Xbox One. It just feels like it doesn't feel like a game store anymore, like it used to be. I'll just fucking order my games from fucking Amazon and shit instead of going to fucking GameStop. But yeah, sorry for getting off topic. I remember coming home and putting up it, and I remember playing it for like every fucking day in the summer. That was actually that was a really good game to spend my hours on during the summer months of 2010. Holy shit. Man, there were some good and bad moments of 2010, not gonna lie. I pretty much, yeah. I tried to play Spider-Man 3 during that summer, but unfortunately, GameStop decided to fucking give me a used copy. Now, it was a used copy. I was, too young at the time. I was a dumbass at the time. Oh shit. Oh no. And I had a fit about it, and I was like crying and complaining, and I got there was other games, like I got Iron Man for the PS2, another few others. And I also read the comics during that time frame. Yeah, I did read the comics during it from time to time in the early 2010s. Yeah, despite that, not every year is actually perfect, to be quite honest. Not trying to sound negative, but yeah. That was the only good thing about 2010 was playing one of the Marvel games, one of the watching the Marvel movies like Iron Man 2 in 2010, like well, I didn't see it in theaters, but I actually watched when it got released on Blu-ray and DVD, and I remember watching Iron Man 2 with my dad, like, one afternoon or evening, I can't remember, where we're watching the movie, right? Finish up the movie, and then my mom's like, hey, we gotta get going for Thanksgiving. We gotta get to Mima's house and shit. And like, oh, okay, we gotta get going. We're finishing up the movie anyways. Yeah. I think that's when I was in second grade. At that time frame. You know, I was in elementary school, I was, doing all that shit. And then around May of 2012, that's when I saw the Avengers, and I fell asleep during that movie. Most of the scenes were kind of boring at the majority of the time frame, but yeah, and then late 2010s, I actually started seeing every MCU movie every year, to like Endgame, but I still watch the MCU movies nowadays. Like Ant-Man and the Wasp and the Quantumania, I actually need to watch that. Hopefully I'll probably watch it on the Disney Plus sometime soon. Hopefully, if I have a chance. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, I need to watch that one. And then next year, holy shit, we got Blade, we got Captain America New Order, Deadpool 3, which I'm waiting for the most. I'm at that perfect age to watch that movie anyways. I actually watched Deadpool 2 when I was like 17 at the time. Sorry for mentioning my age, but I was like at the age at the time. I was pretty much a minor when the first Deadpool came out. I was trying to sneak through my room and try to watch it, and there's times where I got caught. Yeah, but now on, I can actually rewatch that movie so many times without any problems. Well, I had a problem back then when it first came out, but over time, yeah. Now, let's get back to, the Marvel Ultimate Alliance. I actually bought the PS2 version, like, in 2016, and it was kind of okay, but it's not that bad. I could have played it on the PS2 years ago, except asked my brother to play on his 360 all the time. That could have been the thing. That could have been the thing, was he could have bought me the PS2 version, so I won't fucking have to borrow my brother all the time. But whatever. There's that, and I also I played the PSP version. To be quite honest, there's some exclusive characters on the PSP version. What I've heard, like get Black Widow, Hawkeye. It felt like the PSP version of that game kind of felt like a PS1. The graphics are kind of a little low, but whatever. You take the game on the go. It doesn't really matter if it's good or not, as long as you play it like the PSP was back then, where you play majority of your games on the go. Yeah, I mainly grew up with PlayStation back then, to be quite honest. Kind of jumped from I never played PS1. I actually, you know what? I have played a little bit of the PS1 games, just a little bit, but majority of it was actually PlayStation 2 back then. The only PlayStation 1 game I actually played back then was Argument, but we're talking about Marvel. We're not talking about that. Sorry for talking a little off topic, but yeah, majority of the Marvel games I play on the PlayStation were on pretty much on PlayStation 2, but majority of the time I actually played the majority of it on PlayStation 3. Now let's get to the Xbox 360. I actually bought Iron Man on there for the Xbox 360, and the controls were kind of, the graphics were different, but the controls were clunky, and yeah. That one was also one of the worst Iron Man games I ever played, despite the controls are being clunky on though. But yeah, hopefully, sorry to make this video so long, but yeah, hopefully you guys subscribe to this channel. If you haven't seen my Marvel Ultimate Alliance review or my there was a couple few others I forgot to mention, but yeah, hopefully you guys subscribe and remember to take care.